Did you know that the hit song Tainted Love was originally performed by a black woman? Back in 1964, singer Gloria Jones would team up with songwriter Ed Cobb to write and record Tainted Love, which appeared on the B-side of the 1965 single My Bad Boy's Coming Home, which unfortunately failed to chart. 8 years would pass before a British DJ named Richard Serling would purchase a copy of Gloria's single while he was on a trip to the United States. The track's Motown-influenced sound fit in perfectly with the UK's booming northern soul club scene in the early 1970s. And as the DJs continuously played her record, it started to gain notoriety. So much so that Gloria recorded a new version of Tainted Love in 1976 and released it as a single. And though its commercial performance saw the same fate as the first versions, it did receive just as much heavy airplay in the clubs. And when Mark Allman, a member of an up-and-coming synth-pop duo named Soft Cell, heard the track, he immediately fell in love with it. A short time later, Soft Cell began performing the song live in their set list, and it immediately became a fan favorite amongst the audiences. Eventually, the duo decided to get in the studio and record their own version of the song. And their version introduced a brand new sound to the music industry altogether. One that combined soul with a more electronic and almost rock and roll sound. Even Gloria Jones herself, who wasn't the biggest fan of her versions of the song, would even go on record as saying, "I love the emotion in Mark's voice. Their version is far better than mine." The song went on to become a monster hit and one of the biggest singles in 1981, going platinum in 7 different countries, and it became Soft Cell's most notable song. But when it was time for the song's music video, the group loosely based the concept around the fable of Julius Caesar's servant getting his wife pregnant. In this visual, Caesar and his wife are white, whereas the servant is black, yet the child comes out as a beautiful biracial baby girl. Understandably so, the wife's actions resulted in their love being, quote-unquote, tainted. But due to the obvious racial undertones that always came with the biracial experience of being referred to as tainted, along with viewers being confused as to whether or not he was singing about the little girl or singing to the little girl, the video would receive negative feedback. Though in 1991, Soft Cell would film a new version of the music video to coincide with the release of the song's remastered version. And this video would be the one that would get the most airplay on networks, leaving the original in the ashes. But 25 years after this cover, the song's instrumentation would be remixed for Rihanna's 2006 hit called S.O.S. Jonathan Rotem and Evan Bogart, songwriters and producers in their own right, had been wanting to take the old hit's bass line and update it with a new swing and new song lyrics to reflect the musical climate of 2006. Initially they were eyeing Christina Milian to sing the song, but she had passed on it, so instead it went to her label mate, Rihanna. And I'm so glad Rihanna took this song because it went on to become her first #1 hit, and it solidified her staying power as she was still relatively new to the music industry. Now, following in the footsteps of the song's predecessors, she would film 2 visuals for this track, a flashy version that featured glitter, bronzer, and highlights, and another version that she had done for Nike's Rockstar workout campaign. The song itself not only borrowed the beat from the 80s version of Tainted Love, but it also served as an ode to popular 80s hits. Evan Bogart explained his intentions when he wrote the song's second verse.
The second verse of that song is 80s song titles strung together as sentences because I thought it would be super clever. Take on me, aha. Take on me. You know inside you feel it right. You know inside you feel it right. Take me on. Take me on. I could just die up in your arms tonight. Could just die up in your arms tonight. I melt with you. You got me head over heels. You got me head over heels. But boy, you keep me hanging on the way you make me feel. Boy, you keep me hanging on the way you make me feel. They're all #1 songs from the 80s.
That's incredible. I had no idea about that.
No one does.
Now, the original singer, Gloria Jones, joined Soft Cell's Mark Allman on stage to perform their hit, Tainted Love, and I thought it was beautiful how it all came full circle. Love it when ebony queens and ivory kings come together to make magical music happen, again, and again. Okay then.